everyone, it's author Sandra Wilson as Kindness Kangaroo, and we're here in the Kindness Kangaroo Library, and we're here today to celebrate World Read Out Loud Day. So today is a good day to read books out loud because it's a day to celebrate that, and of course it's so important to read out loud to children, even if they're even if they can read themselves, because that connection you get from reading a story together is one that can add so many different things to your life as well as the child's life. So even if they're infants, you can read to them, and even if when they're older, they can read to them. I know my boys enjoyed reading together at night. It was just something that we could share together, the interest in stories. It gives us a chance to have conversations, because a lot of books can get the conversation started. So all really important reasons to read out loud. So today I decided that I was going to read out loud, and I thought what I would pick was the very latest book. And the very latest book is called Little Chicken. There we go, no glare, there we go, got the glare off of it. And so Little Chicken is one of the series of Reimagine the Classics. So these classics are stories that were written a long time ago, hundreds of years ago usually. And sometimes they weren't even written as meant for children, much like nursery rhymes were just kind of made, and they were meant for adults. They were sort of, funny things to say about the government and things like that for adults. But for some reason, the rhymes took on for kids, and then they became things for kids, even though their meanings aren't really childlike. A lot of the classics are like that too. The stories are kind of negative and don't have very nice endings, and so I thought, let's take some of these stories and rewrite them so that they have a more positive story, a better ending, and a good moral to share to help us all learn and grow. So what's really cool about these books, Little Chicken, and this is the third, there's also the Three Little Big Pigs and the Not So Bad Wolf, and there's also the Golden Eggs. And so there's three of the classics that have been retold. And what's really cool about these three is not only did author Sandra Wilson, which is me, write them, but I drew the pictures as well. So something new to me is illustrating, and I thought, wow, you know what, I really like to draw, and I'd like to share that with kids. So as you know, when I worked in the Kindness Kangaroo project in the schools, the kids drew the pictures for me, which I really love also, but we couldn't accomplish that right now during COVID when things are closed, schools are closed. Alright, so are you all ready to celebrate Read Aloud Day? Alright, here's the story of Little Chicken. Oh my goodness, what happened to me? Did a nut just fall from that tree? It hit my head and made it hurt. Help me! The little bird did chirp. Jaybird flew over to see what was wrong. Help me, he said, interrupted my song. Little bird was embarrassed. He shouted so loud. But then he got an idea when he looked at a cloud. I was just standing here, the little bird said, when a piece of the sky fell on my head. I'm worried that more will tumble down, and then the sky will become the ground. A piece of the sky, Jaybird shouted out, then quickly began to flit all about. It's terrible! It's a disaster indeed! Then he spread the word with great speed. Little Bird was excited for all the attention he got and showed everyone the very spot where a piece of the sky had fallen on him, not knowing the chaos his lies would bring. So many birds gathered in a panicked way. They needed a plan to get away. Where could they go where the sky wouldn't fall? And where was a place that would hold them all? Little Bird said, no, I don't think we should run. But he wasn't heard by anyone. The birds were all twittering about what to do, and then all at once, away they all flew. Little Bird was whisked off with the rest of the crowd. We don't have to flee, he shouted really loud. But no one was listening. They all focused ahead, and on those words Little Bird had already said. The sky is falling. Us birds must be saved. Come, everyone, fly into this cave. And birds of all sizes came flying through and squished all together like they were told to. Little bird sat in darkness, squished pretty tight. He couldn't tell if it was day or night. He couldn't feel the warmth of the sun in the sky, and it was all because he had told a lie. He hung his head and started to cry, which stopped an owl who was walking by. He held the bird and asked, "Why the tears?" "I've created a huge problem, I fear." "Nonsense," said the owl. "Let me hear what you've done. If there's a way to fix it, I'll come up with one." So Little Bird told Owl of the lie he spoke, and that it was only supposed to be a joke. But the story grew bigger and got out of hand. He didn't know how to make the others understand. "Well, Little Bird, the solution for you is to fix the lie with words that are true. Apologize for getting everyone to take flight, and ask how you can make everything right." Little Bird spoke bravely to everyone there. He faced angry mouths and eyes with glare. But he continued to speak through all of his fright and asked the birds how to make it right. The birds realized they had taken Jayber's word. No one had questioned, not one bird. So the problem was something in which they all took part, and apologies from all would be a good start. The birds soon flew away, back to their home, leaving Little Bird in the cave all alone. He thought of all the trouble which he had created, then vowed no more lies would ever be stated. And that's the end of the book. So that book, there he is there saying, "No more lies, I'll never tell a lie." So that book is meant, and you might have heard the story of Chicken Little, or Chicken Licken, which is what it was called a long, long time ago, where he said the sky was falling and told all his friends. And so that was the classic that this one was inspired by. And it was inspired by the idea that sometimes lies can get a lay ahead, especially right now when we hear a lot of different things, and a lot of them sound like opposites. This is good, no, this is good, no, this is bad, no, this is bad. We really don't know who to listen to, and you'll find that sometimes people will take the information and get very passionate about it and tell everybody it's right, even though they may not have even checked all the answers to make sure it's right. And so one little lie can become a huge problem. And so we need to make sure that what we're saying is the truth. And if we're not sure, then maybe we should double check that it is. So, unless you actually saw somebody do something, you shouldn't be telling that person did it. So you say, "Oh, well, he took money out of your purse," which we all know is not a good thing to do. But unless you saw that person do it, it's not something to say, because they could get in trouble for something they didn't actually do. So we have to be careful what we say and make sure that we know what we're saying is right and is real and is true. I hope you all enjoyed the story of Little Chicken, and I hope you all take some time today to read out loud. All right, everybody, we'll see you again. Bye.